Hearts of Stone, Blood and Wine, Silver and Steel. There isn't much that hasn't already been said about The Witcher 3. The third game in a harrowing adventure filled with lore, intrigue, and more Gwent matches than you will know what to do with. I wanted to make this video for a while, and to be honest, I'm still not sure what this video will be. It's not a review, I just wanted to talk about a game that I love a lot. I do a playthrough of The Witcher every December, so happy Christmas to me. And this was my first time playing through the next gen edition of the game, which I won't speak overly too much on, but I will say the changes are very noticeable and I enjoyed them. So with all that said, let me start by regaling you with my original experience of The Witcher 3: The Wild Hunt. The year 2018. I was in a slump and looking for something to bring me up out of it. The usual games did not work, jumping from MMO to MMO, so I opened Steam and see a sale on The Witcher 3. Like 90% of the people who purchased this game, I had never heard of The Witcher and certainly had not played the last two games in the series. So here's the thing, the game was only discounted by $20, and that was still almost as expensive as buying all of the DLCs for all of the Sims games combined. I hadn't watched any videos or seen any reviews, but I did go to my local game store and Greg from behind the counter, his name was probably Larry or Davos, but for the sake of this video, his mother named him Greg, was showing me some games that I might enjoy. He quickly flipped past The Witcher 3, which grabbed my curiosity immediately, and he says to me, this game is not for you, unless you have 100 hours to spare. So I went home and did what any self-respecting person would do. Purchased that baby as quick as I could and got ready for this 100-hour adventure that I played for a total of 20 minutes. On a side note, I hear you asking why did I go into a game store only to then go home and buy a digital copy on Steam? I like to window shop. That's how I get about my business. Anyways, so I installed this mammoth of a game, played for 20 minutes, felt like there was too much talking, and then uninstalled, and that is not a joke. So about 6 months go past and I see this glaring image of Geralt looking at me on my Steam library page saying, "What now, you piece of filth?" And I knew I had to do it. I had to install that pretty little number and go for round 2. Almost 300 hours later, a degree in Witcher studies, and the ability to identify and track a cockatrice and an Ikemara, which will no way at all benefit me in the outside world, I am here to tell you what a fantastic adventure this is. I have never felt so encapsulated by a gaming world as much as I did in this one, and the sheer level of layers in this world is nothing to scoff at. So I embarked on this grand adventure where I became Geralt of Rivia, walking the path in his boots. The hours spent together were filled with excitement, adventure, and an indescribable connection. Geralt, with his rugged charm and unwavering determination, became more than just a character. He became a symbol of devotion. However, like all great experiences, our time together eventually came to an end. As I completed the game in its entirety, a sense of emptiness settled within me. The absence of this incredible world and its captivating characters left a void that was overwhelming, leaving me wanting more, yet aware that our time together had come to a bittersweet conclusion. The Witcher 3 not only ignited my imagination, but it also left a lasting impression on me. It became a cherished memory, a story that will always hold a special place in my heart. Though the grand adventure has ended, the echoes of our journey continue to resonate, reminding me the power of storytelling and the profound impact a game can have on one's soul. One of the most captivating things for me about The Witcher 3 is the way it creates a sense of magic. From the start of the game, particularly during your initial ride with Vesemir, there's just an indescribable feeling that really strikes the tone for me, which really shows me that you are about to witness something truly special.
Ever tell me about this sorcerer I knew? Couldn't stop talking about how useful they are as creatures.
Because you can brew potions from their blood?
No, because by eating rotting corpses, they prevent epidemics.
Did he know they eat the living as well?
No, really upset him too. His theory collapsed.
War's not exactly going our way.
We have a side.
The Northern Realms.
Radovid's realms, don't you mean? Temeria and Edirn are no more.
Radovid's pledged to restore the old borders as soon as he wins the war.
Believe that?
Gotta believe something. It's what keeps us going.
This early scene truly captures the essence of the game as a whole. The conversation between Geralt and Vesemir not only showcases the humour of this world, but also provides a deeper understanding of the war tearing the continent apart. And I love this, as this story will not only have you question the morals of the opposing sides, however it will also have you question your own morals in the process. In this scene, the glaring sunset serves as a beautiful backdrop, emphasizing the contrast between light and darkness. It reminds us that even in a world filled with ugliness, there is still beauty to be found if we take the time to look for it. This scene sets the stage for the captivating journey that awaits, where we will witness the highs and the lows of this enchanting and treacherous continent. Before I set off with my New Game Plus playthrough, I decided that I would be tackling the story in the opposite order of how I did in my first playthrough. I was surprised to discover that the game actually accommodates the departure from the usual progression, although I must say that should not shock me. I encountered new situations that had unique conversations that would only occur if I deviated from the usual story path. For instance, one of the first things I had done was help young Hjalmar defeat the ice giant on Undvik, and later on when I had visited Novigrad, some Skelligan warriors had overtaken crippled Kates. Instead of fighting them, I gloated about being the giant slayer from Undvik, and they knew of the tale. They left in peace due to the allegiance I paid to Clan Oncrate. And there is a real sense of culture on show here. Skellige has such a rugged landscape and is dominated by a society rooted in tradition, honour and valour. Novigrad and Valen present contrasting challenges. These lands, ravaged by war, are plagued with corpses and dangerous monsters. Even within the city walls, Geralt must constantly rely on his swords as he navigates the treacherous schemes of fanatics and much more. The theme of power, politics and discrimination against non-humans is central to Novigrad. The struggle here primarily involves the tension between the ruling elite religious fanaticism led by the Church of the Eternal Fire, and the persecution of non-humans, particularly mutants, elves and dwarves, is at centre stage. In Valen, the aftermath of war is truly evident. The people of the region endure poverty, with villages destroyed and infested with creatures, which provides a steady source of income for our Witcher. Valen represents the harsh realities of conflict, sacrifice and loss. As Geralt traverses through this desolate landscape, he uncovers hidden truths and witnesses the resilience of those fighting to survive. This is a cake that holds many layers, and there is not a world out there that holds this level of credibility when it comes to layering the story into an overarching narrative that makes you feel like the world is actually happening around you. And you will feel this in the music. In Skellige, you will feel the bass of the Viking inspiration of the culture and the majestic beauty of the archipelago. As you traverse the rugged landscape and explore the islands, the anthemic melodies blended with traditional instruments and Nordic chants echo through your speakers, enveloping you in a sonic tapestry that perfectly complements this land. Traditional instruments like the fiddle and harp add an authentic touch, transporting you to a world of myth and legend, and the folk of the Isle would settle for nothing less. The Nordic chants further enhance the music, creating a haunting and ethereal atmosphere that echoes the spirits of the land and its people. The music in Novigrad sets a different tone, reflecting the vibrant city life and the diverse cultures within. The soundtrack is dynamic, featuring lively tunes with a blend of string instruments, accordions, and brass selections, and many more. It captures the energy of the bustling streets, the complexities of the political intrigue, and the underlying tension is definitely there. However, some of the tracks also carry a deep sense of melancholy, reflecting the discrimination and struggles faced by marginalised communities in the city. Valen's score delves into a darker, more haunting territory, perfectly complementing the desolation and despair that burden the region. The music here often feels somber, with the use of dark tones, eerie ambient sounds, and haunting vocal arrangements. It captures the sense of isolation, loss, and the realistic atmosphere of the war-torn landscape. The score in Valen contributes significantly to the sense of unease and the feeling of navigating through a world plagued by suffering and one of tragedy. And all of this contributes to the journey, which reflects the changing world and the challenges faced by Geralt and his fellow witches. As I played through the game, I couldn't help but feel the impact of the changing times on Geralt's identity and purpose. It was as if the world is moving on without him, and he had to grapple with his own sense of belonging. The quest to reunite with his daughter became a driving force for Geralt, pushing him to confront his own fears and find meaning in a world that was evolving and just leaving him behind. It was this deeply personal journey that really resonates with me, and I cannot express how emotional this made me feel. As Geralt navigates this shifting world, let me tell you, the quest to reunite with his daughter becomes more than just a personal journey. It becomes his anchor. Through all the trials he faces, the bonds he forges, and the decisions he makes, Geralt finds a semblance of purpose and identity. It is truly remarkable. His quest to protect and guide Ciri, it's like a mirror to his own evolution. It shows us that no matter how much the world changes, the core values of loyalty, love, and determination remain steadfast. And let me tell you, embracing the challenges posed by this ever-changing landscape, Geralt not only secures a future for himself and his loved ones, but he also leaves an incredible mark on the world that's in constant flux. A testament to the resilience of a born witcher and a father. And I haven't even yet started discussing the impacts of the Troupe. Ciri, Dandelion, Yen, Triss, Zoltan, and many more, who bring moments of joy, sorrow, and everything in between. I will say that I'm glad CDPR took the time to flesh out their stories and gave them the correct room to breathe. But what truly resonated with me was the profound connection I felt towards Geralt's quest to find Ciri. As I embarked on the journey, I felt the urgency and concern for her well-being. The fear of the worst happening, and the helplessness of a man who is known for his strength, yet who is at the mercy of being unable to protect the strongest girl he knows. It was a roller coaster of emotion, and I found myself deeply invested in their relationship, rooting for their reunion and fearing the consequences if they were to be apart. Every stop in the road, every person who wanted to exploit my need to find Ciri by using it as a way to command action from me, I felt violently jarred. I constantly felt the support of my friends, while impactful, just did not get me any further to finding my daughter. I not only felt a deep connection to Ciri, but also to Yen, whose strength and determination kept me on track during my search for Ciri. Her support and guidance provided a sense of stability, and her presence reminded me the power of love and the importance of having someone who believes in you, even when you doubt yourself. And the shining light in all of this is the humour in which the writers use to bring you back to the surface of the harsh pit. The humour of Geralt in this world is very much a commentary on the world itself. Geralt's dry wit and sarcastic remarks provide moments of levity and serve as a reminder that even in the bleakest of times, laughter can still be found. Now I'm going to roll it back a bit just to speak on the Bloody Baron questline. I will not spoil anything, but this series of quests left an incredible mark on me. This story forced me to confront the consequences of my own choices in a way no game has ever before. The moral dilemmas presented and the show of human flaws made me question the impact of my own decisions. The complex themes of redemption and human condition and the greyness of the line between good and evil was astonishing, and I will never feel so wrong for doing so right than I did when I was playing this questline. The Baron might as well be Shrek, because there are layers on layers, and the deeper you go to the core, the less rotten he actually seems. But there is a pure beauty in how broken the Baron is, and how he reacts to the events happening around him. It's real and it's raw in a way you don't often see in the video game media. Now I could yabber until the continent tears itself apart, or at least until Witcher 4 arrives. And as much as I could delve into this captivating world endlessly, it's time to conclude this discussion. The Witcher 3 isn't just a game, it's an experience. And after all of this, I'm actually at a loss of words to describe what this game truly means to me. Maybe that is something I cannot articulate. Maybe that's just something only I will truly know. So let me conclude by saying this. In the depth of turmoil, in my darkest night, Geralt emerged, looking for life. His silvered sword and steeled stride guided me through trials where hope had died. Through no man's land and Novigrad's strife, he walked the path, shaping night. In his world, a refuge confide, the Witcher's adventure, my respite, my guide. Goodbye, Geralt of Rivia. Hey all, thanks for watching. It really does help the channel grow. If you have any future reviews or topics that you want to see broached on the channel, drop a comment below so I can keep making content for you to enjoy. I do appreciate all the likes, all the subscriptions, and all the comments on my videos, and just the general overall awareness of the channel. I'll see you in the next video.